Yo, what's up, guys? It's Luis, and it looks like you guys have stopped by today because you are having some issues with armor penetration on realistic battles, on ground realistic. So today we're going to be going over some tank sheets, some stat cards, some armor penetration stats, and the best way that you guys can give yourself the best opportunity to go ahead and penetrate anything that's going to be in your BR, even if it's an up tier or a down tier. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so right here we have the IS-2. One of the big things that I want you guys to take a look at is over on the left side of your screen. If you guys are on PC, I don't really know what it looks like for console, but for PC purposes, we're going to go ahead and expand this. This is going to give you the stat sheet for your tank. So in this example, we're going to be using the IS-2. My biggest issues that I have right now is armor penetration on the Tiger E, the Panther G, and the Tiger 2. Both versions of the Tiger 2 do fall into the full up tier category. So what I do and what I'd recommend for you is, number one, go ahead and write them down. I literally use this old envelope just to write some stuff down on what we were looking at. So for the Panther G, it looks like, let's go ahead and pull it up real quick. So if we go to Germany and we go to Army, we go to the Army tree. And if we want to go down to the Panther G, so this is a 6-0, so it would be a slight down tier. We're going to go ahead and preview. And this beautiful taskbar right here on the stat sheet, if you go to armor, it's going to show you all of the armor that it has, what kind of armor thickness it has, and what kind of penetration stats that you'll get. So if we go into protection analysis, and this is the best tool that I think I could recommend for you. This was also given to us by another streamer. You guys should definitely check him out. His name is Ooga Booga. His stream will be linked in the bio below. But it shows you the armor penetration possibilities. So what we're going to do is we are going to put in, say we wanted to do for the IS-2, we're going to go into USSR. We're going to go into IS-2. We're going to use the regular shell. Most times the regular shell that you start out with in your tanks is going to be most likely your best option for penetration. The only time I would ever recommend the high explosive rounds are to anything with an open top. For example, your M10s or your AA gunners, or a lot of them are going to be, especially in lower BRs, going to be your open top vehicles. Even your tank destroyers like a Martyr from Germany, those are going to be your open tank vehicles. So without, let's go ahead and take a look at, I usually take my shots at around 600 meters. I would probably say. So a lot of times if we do this, this is what's really cool. So if I shoot it head on, penetration is possible, right? My big issue is in the game, that doesn't happen a lot of times, which means that I'm probably taking my shots a little bit further. So if we do this, a lot of times I try to aim right in between the turret and the body of the tank. And then it gives you this really cool animation on what should happen if you hit it. But that's also from like an upper angle. So let's go from a level angle here. So we shoot right at the turret, right? That seems to be a very big popular spot for a lot of people, because the best way to stop anybody from shooting you a lot of times is to shoot them directly on the turret barrel. If you shoot it from the side, it's going to show you all the penetration stats here. And a lot of times I do have issues, and I usually start to try to aim down here. And the reason why is usually because when you're about 600, 700 meters away, a lot of times, even if you penetrate it, there's going to be some drops. So you're going to have to be able to average your shots, or you're going to have to create like a mental average on how high you want to elevate your shots. And a lot of times, so I have a key bind for target range. Mine is the minus key, a couple keys over from the backspace button that you guys can definitely do, but to each their own. Feel free to set it on a key bind that you want. A lot of times I try to aim here because a lot of times for the Panther G, when I try to aim there, penetration is not possible. So it's just going to take out the track, right? You want to take out their way of moving. The problem is that they can still shoot you. So if you shoot them from the side, which is usually how I always do it, look at all this penetration, not possible. So if you're dead on, you have to be dead straight to actually penetrate. Let's do another example real quick. So if we do, let's say, so if we do, okay, so let's go back. One really hard one that I have issues with is the Tiger 2. This one gives me a lot of issues, so we're gonna pull that one out. Has a lot of front armor. For those of you that don't know, this is actually the King Tiger. I believe most of the ones that were made were just out of prototype phase at the end of the war. So if we go into protection analysis, say the threat is IS-2 again, or say we're in down tier, say we're gonna go to T-34-85. We're gonna shoot at like 600 meters, and we're gonna take a look. Look at that. No penetration possible at all. Unless I start going from the side. This is usually where most of the German tanks have their ammunitions nest back here. So it does, and it actually shows you under possible damage right here on the bottom, or the bottom left, radiator fuel tank, engine. Armor or ammo is usually on the sides here. I think it's on the right side. Yep, right there. So if you shoot it from the side, you should be able to get a really good penetration. And remember that you're always going to be level. So if you do this and you're just looking at it, it's always going to simulate the shot from coming from above. So for example, if you were in like a plane, this would be a similar shot. So what we're going to do is we're always about 600 yards out. There is like nowhere to penetrate on the front side. But if you shoot it from the side, say you're slightly angled, not even, nowhere. So you'd have to be perfectly on the side to simulate a shot right here. That would be going straight. It'll flak out. Let's do another shot on the side right here, right above the track. That'll kill your commander, your gunner, your loader, your driver, and all the above. So if you guys want to go out and take these skills into the next game, feel free to leave a comment below on what your favorite tank is. Let me know what you guys are struggling with. Maybe we can make a dedicated video to that. But other than that, that is the rest of the video. So if you guys want to, we are currently live streaming pretty much every day at around 8 p.m. Schedule is to be determined in the future. You guys should definitely check us out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. Without that, y'all have a great day and happy hunting.